Hey there guys, I'm going to be going to the Archaeoaevis trial on the JP server. This is the next trial scheduled to come to global. It's still quite a ways away. It's probably at least a month away, maybe more. But it is our next trial, and I figured I'd put out an early preview. I've already done the fight on the JP server and made some videos, but I've optimized it and shown that this is a really easy trial, and all you really need is a VV friend. So the missions are do it in 6 turns, 5-man teams, and no deaths. So we're going to go with my own team. If you don't have your own VV, you can bring a friend VV, and that's all you really need. Like I said, this trial is super easy. So let's get in here and clear it, and then I'll show the team after the clear. So the 6-turn clear is the only tricky one a little bit, but VV handles it very, very easily. So the boss does this field that imperils your thunder resist by 300%, and it also applies to himself, although you can't see it here. So thunder damage is really good in the first part of the fight. So we're going to use Savior to shift. We're going to Thunder Imperil to make even more Thunder Imperil, break, and then just get some crystal drops. We're going to use Realm to fill LB gauge for the party with 2 skills. Let's see, VV will amplify Thunder as well as Ice, and then use his cooldown. We're going to go ahead and Imperil Ice with Steiner on this turn. And Fina will give us mitigation and some regeneration and LB fill. So with the auto LB, that'll get Lightning and Steiner ready on turn 1. So the boss does a little bit of damage. I'm not really using a cover tank because the damage is so minor. Like, I don't even care about a cover tank. We don't need it, as you can see. And then Realm heals herself up. So we'll go ahead and Reflect with Steiner and 90% Spirit Break with Savior. We're going to use Realm to fill LB gauge and Rod Imperil. And we're going to shift VV. And we're going to start dealing some damage. Now the boss is weak to Thunder above 50%, so we're going to go with Thunder damage here. Go ahead and bounce that back. And we'll use Fina to entrust to Steiner. I should have done that before I chained, but it's not really going to matter that much. Okay. Some super minor attacks. Savior's provoking. Okay, we will go ahead and reflect again and bounce back again. Alright, so below 50, the boss does get slightly trickier, but overall, really not that much difference. Alright, so we're going to use Fina this turn to resist all, and we'll put up mitigations again. Before we do that, let me use Realm to fill LB gauge, because it's going to deal herself damage. I want to heal that up. Let's go ahead and fill LB gauge 3 times. We'll use Savior just to refresh the Spirit Break this turn. And we'll go ahead and put a resist buff up and heal. So now the boss is going to change weaknesses. Now the boss is weak to ice damage, and he starts doing a lot of attacks that ignore cover anyway, which is the reason I'm not using a cover tank, because he'd be ignoring it anyhow. And there we go. Some ice damage, some fire damage, those ignore cover, some single target damage on Savior that she's resisting. And that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and fill LB gauge again with Realm. We will do this. We'll use Savior to re-imperil Ice in case it worn off. I'm not sure if it worn off or not, but we'll just redo it. And then we will switch to Ice Element, which is why VV is so good for this fight. He can swap from Thunder to Ice with no loss in damage. And he has both the elements. And there it is. So we did it in 4 turns with 1 VV. He has 6 turns for the mission. So if your VV is not as well geared, you know, it is still extremely easy to do this trial. If you can even really call it a trial. I don't know if you actually can. It's kind of a joke. It's really unfortunate that they have, you know, slacked off so hard in their trial design. That is the only trial we'll be getting in the next 4 months for global. Anyway, let me show you the team that I used. Again, super easy fight. It's not even that important. My Steiner's only 6-star. It didn't even matter. 6 stars is all you need. 12 auto limit and a little bit of ice resist. Technically, some fire and thunder resist helps. But as you can see, I kind of like just ignored Fire and Thunder because the boss is so weak, I don't even care. But Ice Resist is kind of important because the boss does do ice attacks in Phase 2 that ignore cover, and you've got the 300% Ice and Peril field active. So a little bit of Ice Resist is helpful. Other than that, he just had some LB fill. I gave him 1,000 needles, which is actually irrelevant. I decided to not use that. So, yeah, we just ate the physical damage because it's so weak. Who cares? Athena is for mitigation, resist buff, LB fill, healing, just overall support. You don't need her. You can bring anyone you want. Then I used her to Entrust just to make filling Steiner's LB gauge a little bit easier. Savior, base form, auto buffing. Shift form, she is full evasion, she is passive provoking, and she's got some dark resist. The boss does single target dark damage as well, so she has that. And then for the physical attack, she's just evading it. She is our primary breaker, our Thunder Imperil, and our 90% Spirit breaker. Realm, a little bit of resist, a little bit of auto healing, Phoenix Synergy, some HP. She does Rod Imperil and fills LB gauge. That's it. And then VV, base form, has all the auto buffing. There we go. And then shift form. The boss is a bird, and VV hates birds, so he's got 375 bird killer without even trying. I'm not even geared for it. He just has enormous bird killer. And yeah, he chains on the boss with his elements, and that's it. If you don't, like I said, if you don't have your own VV, bring a VV friend. They don't even need to be geared for it because, like I said, VV has 300% bird killer innately. So any VV friend you take will just naturally be geared for the fight because it is a bird fight. So there's the preview for Archaeoaevis. That is the big exciting trial to look forward to. The only one in the next foreseeable 4 months. See you guys next time.